that happened right after some very big blow-ups happened in the Pakistan VC space. Now we're seeing the stock market go up. The fundamentals are not right, but we're seeing some optimism. There's a government in place and so on. So there's optimism in Pakistan. There may be some structural reform coming. We don't know that yet. But globally, money is still not cheap the way it was. My question is, after sort of the very public blow-ups of a couple of startups, would Pakistan still be a viable place for startups to put money into, sorry, not startups, for funds to put money into and take a risk, knowing that A, there was a past of very poor management of startups, knowing that it's difficult to get money out of this country, and knowing that government has a shelf life of 3 years on average?
I think it's still definitely is seen as a country where people will invest. We've got a large population, so the consumer base is...
But 50% is below the poverty line.
Yes, but things are getting better. As you said, there's a government in place. There are local entrepreneurs who are doing things, businesses that are doing things to change the status quo. But even if 50%, say, are below the poverty line, you still have the remaining 50%. It's still a huge population. We still have talent here that, countries like Japan are coming and saying, look, we want to hire your people because you have good tech talent. Although we think it can be better, the tech talent that we have, but still it's enough that countries like Japan, Germany, others who don't have enough people are looking to hire our people. Saudi Arabia.
But the counter argument to that, just yesterday I spoke to Imran Khan of Raptor Games.
Yes.
And his biggest challenge was talent. He said, we don't have the quality of talent that we need. Even though we have the number of people, the talent doesn't exist. And it's cheaper, even though India is more expensive, it's cheaper to get things done in India because the kind of work quality produced by their people is far greater than the output we produce at even a lower price. So why would anyone come here? Because our talent quality is not there.
So he's right. But he's talking about a particular sector which is
Correct.
big, which is not that big
so
yet.
More on the
It
development
can be
side,
big.
yeah.
It can be big. And the thing is, we need to work on that talent. So we can't just give up and say, oh, we're going to outsource to such and such country, whether it's India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, whoever. We need to develop our people. We need to emphasize on the government as well as educational institutions, as well as create networks ourselves where we are training these people to the level that we need. That's begun to happen.
And is that the job of private enterprise or the government?
It's not the job of private enterprise, but private enterprise will have to get in and do it, and they are doing it. They're working with the government, and they're also running initiatives on their own. So the gaming sector, for instance, a group of them have got together and said, we need more talent and qualified talent, so let's work together to create that pool and hire the ones we need and then let the others loose on the market because they will be needed by others. That's the right attitude.
Right.
So, but the government will have to do this because in order to create enough numbers, it's not going to be the private sector who will deliver on this.